Yeah, R-A-W. Words being served, no concern and no trouble to get that dough. Money on my mind, if it's money all the time, we be pubbing on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and upsea quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team and we rock it. We rock Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and vets, injects cash in your pockets.
What's going on, sports fans? We are back. Week 12, NFL Sunday. I'm your man, LJ from H-Town. As you can see, NRG is behind us. We got Sunday football, ladies and gentlemen. So you know what I do every Sunday morning, mostly every Sunday morning. I give you my best prop looks for the games today. I got 5 good looks today. I believe it's 5. It may be 6. I don't know. But we're going to go down the list. We're going to go through the games that I feel comfortable with making some money on these props today, on this week 12 NFL Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? We're going to start off right behind me. We have the Tennessee Titans coming out to H-Town to take on these Houston Texans. And, of course, we already know where we're going right here. You see it right there on the screen. I'm taking Joe Mixon. 2+ touchdowns, ladies and gentlemen. We got it at a plus 200. I also took the Texans to win with Mixon touchdown, plus 244. And we're going to do Mixon touchdown plus Fairburn over 1.5 field goals, plus 131, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the reason why. Joe Mixon, 8 touchdowns in his last 5 games. He's had 6 touchdowns, 6 games in a row. He had 3 touchdowns last week versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, granted, we know how the Dallas Cowboys defense is. They give up runs. We understand that. But I think the momentum from us coming off that Monday night win versus the Cowboys, I think the offense is going to be prime and ready to go. We got Nico Collins back in the lineup. So I think C.J. Stroud is going to be very comfortable today, looking at his reads, establishing the offense. And I think Joe Mixon has a big game today on Tennessee Titans. I believe as long as we can keep that defense on the field, gash them, make them tired, we can control the line of scrimmage with our run game. Now, the passing game, it's a different story. Offensive line is kind of shaky, man, when it comes to the pass defense. But the rush defense, the rush offense, we good. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mixon has a good day today. Also, Fairburn, over 1.5 field goals. 7 straight games in a row. I believe it's 8, though. Let me make sure about that because I believe it's 8. I had 7 wrote down. Fairburn's field goals are, let's see where we at. I know I had it wrote down somewhere. Fairburn's field goals, 7 games in a row. Yes, so he's hit it 7 games in a row. And not to mention, Mixon touchdown, Fairburn's field goals over 1.5. That has been hitting for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So we might as well continue to keep riding that streak. I believe that's the consistent way the Texans have been scoring. So we're going to just keep what's working. I also got the Texans first half, minus the 4.5, because they're the best team in the NFL in the first half. 10-1 against the spread in the first half. So we're going to ride with the Texans first half, and we're going to stick to the players that have been scoring for the Texans. Mixon, Fairburn. Let's get this money today, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, the Texans win the game. I don't trust the spread, but they will win the game. Who we got? Oaktown's finest. What's good? What happened with the Rockets first halfway? Hey, man, it happens. You can't win them all. But, hey, that don't mean I'm jumping off the train. You get what I'm saying? That's just one loss. Let's see if they can do it 3 times in a row. And then we will reevaluate what we're doing. But one loss, not worried, guy. Not worried. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move over to this game. Kansas City coming off a loss on the road versus the Carolina Panthers. And we already know what we're looking at here. Of course, we're looking at the first half for the Kansas City Chiefs, just because Carolina's so horrible in the first half. Mainly the second quarter is where they tend to just not score at all. But we're going to take Travis Kelce, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking the anytime touchdown plus 100, even money. And we're taking the anytime touchdown plus Kansas City to win at a plus 116. And this is why. Travis Kelce needs one touchdown pass to hit the all-time franchise record in touchdown receptions for a Kansas City Chief player. Now, that's usually a wide receiver. You rarely see a tight end lead their franchise in receiving touchdowns. So, I think history will be made today. I got Travis Kelce. I think Patrick Mahomes will be looking for him to catch that touchdown and break that Kansas City record for the most receiving touchdowns for a player in that franchise. So we're going to ride Travis Kelce today. Not to mention, like I mentioned, Carolina have been outscored in the second quarter, 110-20, 7 out of their 10 games on the season. So Kansas City early, minus the 6.5. They'll be up by a touchdown. And let's kick Travis Kelce to score that touchdown. Kansas City to win. Plus 116, even money. Sounds like good money to me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go right here. We have Tampa Bay Bucks on the road going to the New York Giants. And, of course, we're going to stick to Baker Mayfield's favorite receiver, favorite target, favorite bailout player. And that is Cade Otton over 4.5 receptions, and I parlayed his over 44.5 receiving yards. We got it at a plus 118. I believe that is solid money just because Cade Otton, 77 plus receiving yards, 3 out of his last 4 games. He's averaging 72 yards in those 4 games. So we already know Baker Mayfield is going to be looking for his tight end when he has to get bailed out. He's been good money for him. He's been a reliable safety net for Baker Mayfield all season. So let's continue to keep riding Cade Otton over 4.5 receptions and 44.5 receiving yards. Got it at plus the 118. That is good money, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to this one. We have Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown, plus Brandon Aubrey over 1.5 field goals. And we got that at plus 190. And this is why. The Dallas Cowboys have allowed 18 rushing touchdowns on the season, 2+ touchdowns, 4 out of their last 5 games, 10 touchdowns overall rushing in those 5 games. Now, we know Washington likes to run the ball. Jaden Daniels has been solid. He's digressed the last couple of games. You know, he has a rib injury. So I think that rib injury is still hampering him a little bit. That way he hasn't been running as he was earlier in the season. But he got his running back. He's healthy, ready to go. And we already know Dallas cannot stop the run. So we're going to continue to take advantage of that. Gas that defense. I believe Brian Robertson gets a touchdown today. He may get 2 touchdowns. But we're going to stick to the one. And we parlayed it with Brandon Aubrey over 1.5 field goals just because that's the only way Dallas can score the football is field goals. They don't have an established offense. They can't run the ball. You can't rely on Cooper Rush to get you first downs consistently. So even if they pass the 50-yard line and get into field goal range, they're going to trust their field goal kicker to get those over 1.5 field goals. Because that's the way they've been consistently scoring pretty much all year. So, hey, let's stick to the ride. Let's ride the trend. Let's stick to what's been working. Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboys is going to have 2 field goals. Brian Robinson Jr. will have a touchdown. And since I believe both of those things will happen in the same game, let's just parlay them together and get some good money plus 190. Sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's go to this one. Sorry about that. Joey Slye, over 1.5 field goals, minus 110. for the New England Patriots. He is the field goal kicker for the New England Patriots. And they're playing Miami today. I believe Miami wins the game. You know, the spread, not so much. But Tua plays well in November. So I believe Miami wins the game. But the fact that New England's on the road and Miami has won 8, they covered them 8 against the spread. The last 8 games, Miami has covered versus the Patriots. So Tua knows this team very well, and he has very success versus this team. But we're going to stick to the Patriots field goal kicker simply because Miami has allowed over 1.5 field goals 5 games in a row. And Joey Sly has most of his field goals this year on the road. 12 field goals made on the road on the season. So I believe this is the only way New England probably is going to consistently be able to score. I don't think they'll be able to punch it in the end zone. So, hey, they get down there in the red zone, offense stalls. They're confident enough of their field goal kick to get them points. So, hey, we're going to take Joey Sly over 1.5 field goals today for the New England Patriots, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, we have the Detroit Lions going on the road to take on these Indianapolis Colts. And we already know how Detroit's been humming, man. This is probably the best team in the NFL as we see right now. And they like to score. I mean, these guys put up 30 points a game easily in their sleep. Sometimes they score 30 in the first half. And that's where we're going today. Full disclosure, Detroit first half minus the 4.5 is what I'm officially on today. But prop, Amon St. Brown, anytime touchdown, plus Detroit to win, minus 106. Simply because Amon St. Brown has had a touchdown in 8 straight games. Not to mention 12-2 to the touchdown. Last 14 games on the road. So I believe Jared Goff is going to be looking for St. Brown today. He likes to look for him, especially on the road today. Not to mention, this is a dome stadium. The Detroit Lions, since week 9 of last year, coming off their bye, 17 of their last 19 games, regular season games, have been indoors. 13 of those 19 games have gone over 50-plus points. So I believe Detroit probably put up 28 today. You know, they may not necessarily cover that spread, you know, but I believe they win the game. And I believe St. Brown will be heavily involved. I also think the running backs will be involved as well. But we're going to stick to what's been consistently happening the last 8 straight weeks. Amon St. Brown, anytime touchdown, plus the Lions to win, minus 106. So those are all the props we have today. We're going to go back over one more time before we get out of here. Amon St. Brown, like you say, anytime touchdown, plus the Lions to win, minus 106. We have Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. And we're going to parlay the anytime touchdown with the win at plus 116. We have K. Cotton for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, over 4.5 receptions. And we're going to parlay the 44.5 receiving yards, plus 118. Joey Sly for the Patriots, over 1.5 field goals, minus 110. Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown, plus Brandon Aubrey, over 1.5 field goals, plus 190. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have Joe Mixon, 2+ touchdowns, plus 200. We have Joe Mixon, 2+ touchdowns, and the Texans to win, plus 244. We have Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown, plus Fairburn to over 1.5 field goals. We got it at a plus 131. And we're also on the Texans, first half, minus the 4.5. That's what I have for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all tune in to Pub Sports Radio around 10 o'clock, maybe 10:15, 10:30. I will be on with Jimmy the Bag, NFL Pub Hub, NFL show on Sunday. I am currently second in the NFL standings right now on the show with my man, MarleyBets. You know, we're battling for first and second place right now. Marley's taking the day off today, so that leaves me free, ready to take this number one spot. Like I said on the show earlier, as we did with Brothers and Bets, we did a collabo. We gave out our week 12 NFL plays for the sides. This is the prop show. So those are my 6 props, ladies and gentlemen, I put out. And of course, like I mentioned, I always come every Sunday, mostly every Sunday, to give you my best plays. Tune in, Pub Sports Radio, Jimmy the Bag, NFL Pub Hub. I will be on there giving my best looks and best props to take this lead over MarleyBets and take over that number one spot, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, I'm LJ from H-Town, give you my looks, give you my plays. You know, Sunday morning, I love this money. I love Sunday mornings. NFL football is what I live for. So, hey, guys, thanks for watching. Tune in next week. And also, like I always say, guys, let's keep cashing. And I'm out.
All the time we be pubbing on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and upsea quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team, and we rock it. Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and